Hello guys, welcome. I am Samantha the Introvert, and today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 4 of my Magic Prophecy. So let's get into it. Okay, this episode starts off really funny because here we see Tapa being bored, and I get it. He went to a house with no phone, no internet signal, just books and nature. I would be bored too. But then Tapa is begging Intu for access to Intu's phone for online shopping. I keep forgetting that Tapa is a shopaholic, but no matter how much he begs, Intu refuses to give him the phone and tells him to read instead. Just then, the little girl that Intu adores so much comes to visit, but Tapa had to hide, which he did a poor job of. Again, a poor job. Now, Tapa scared the little girl to believe that Tapa was a ghost, so Intu had to let her know that Tapa is real. But in order for the little girl to believe that Tapa is real, she wants Intu to touch Tapa, and when he did that, it is then that she let her guard down to believe. She even complimented on how good looking Tapa is, which is not a lie. But what shocks Intu is that Tapa understood Northern dialect, and Tapa said that he could understand because he used to do his practice in Chiang Mai, but sadly he does not know how to speak it, which Intu made very much fun of him for. But then Tapa also made fun of Intu because he too can't speak Northern dialect, he only can understand it. So, because Tapa is bored and wants to go out for a walk, plus he got invited to eat at the girl's place, Intu decided to make rules on what to do and not to do while Tapa is there, which he agrees to just to go out of the house. Now, today's episode, it symbolized a balance of life and harmony. Anyways, today is special because other than going out with Intu made Tapa bring activities for kids, plus he must never disclose that he's a doctor while he's outside in the village. They meet the village chief and his wife. We already met the wife before, and the wife sees Tapa and she instantly tells that Tapa is the main reason for Intu's constant wanting to go back home. In other words, she's out here shipping in real life. So while they're getting to know each other, they ask Tapa what he does for a living, and he tells them that he's an athlete that does basketball. Honestly, it was badminton, basketball, so they just worked with the basketball thing. Then the kids showed up. While Intu attends to them, though, the village wife says the kids love Intu a lot. They talked about Intu's parents and how they got to have a house in the village, and that ever since they died, Intu only comes to this village every year for the death anniversary. The fact that Tapa is not just hiding, but also learning more day by day where he's hiding at. Since Tapa still can't use technology, all he can do is read. And because Intu doesn't want to make Tapa feel lonely, he's reading too, which is reading comics, while Dr. Tapa read medical books to refresh the mind. But halfway through the comic book, Intu fell asleep. Seriously, I don't know how Jimmy does it, because if it was me and I read like 3 or more sentences, I'm definitely yawning and ready to sleep. Hey, medicine and medical whatever, it's not for the weak. But right now at this moment, Tapa is loving this. But I feel Tapa fell in love with Intu somewhere. I doubt it's the graduation. Okay, then we see Intu got scared out of his dream because he saw that while Tapa is here with him, he will die there. So it only means that the danger that Tapa is running from knows where Tapa is and came here. He got food from the village wife and to taste the good food, but Tapa offers to not just cook for Intu, but also he wants to cook for the offering to give for the monk at the temple, and also for it's something have to do with offering. I'm not sure on the religious of Thailand. At the hospital in Khan's office, Ton shows surveillance camera footage to both Khan and Pong. A video of Tara's husband collecting medication for Tara. Since Tara have been under medication, Tara never came to collect her medication. It was only her husband, and even then the instruction was given to them to know how she must take the medication. So unless the man literally goes somewhere and got wrong medication with the similar symptoms, or he really overdosed his own wife, but the question still remains, why did he do it? I don't give a shit. Both Tan and Pakpan had sex before, because there ain't no way they have that chemistry look with each other. And I know other people around them can see it, yet they keep denying it. Also, I still do not trust Khan because I feel he's hiding something. So until then, I'm watching you, Khan. Okay, this is off topic, but thank God they put in the laundry washing clothes, because in the pilot, I just love the color brown contrast with it. So I was like, are they going to put it in the show? Because I didn't see it in the trailer, but we saw it. Actually, I saw it. I'm not sure if anyone else was eager to see it, but I was. Tapa heard people doing some chanting, and Intu explained that normally, because of the villagers believing in medical herbs and spiritual things, they would go to a shaman for help. In this case, a child is in need for help. Honestly, they pay this baby good money. Other than that, they probably must have put his baby on a little bit of starvation for a little bit of minute out of milk for him to cry. If so, that's cruel. When they went to check, Tapa loudmouth mentioned about seeing a doctor, and the people was very upset. Even the shaman left. But by right, the shaman didn't really do her job. She basically just there for money, in my opinion. She was giving wrong information. Since the shaman gone, and as a doctor, Tapa could not just sit and watch that patient in need of help. So he went to help the baby, even telling the mother what is wrong with the baby. But he did it in like a cryptic way to not let them know that he's actually a doctor, letting people believe that he's like a spiritual reader. Honestly, looking at things back then and how people believe in herbs and stuff, it's basically the same thing. The only thing is, back then, they didn't know the medical terms for these things. You're still using the same herbs and stuff to make medicine. They just don't want you to go to shaman, and they don't just want to go to the medical people. Either way, still the same. You know, the very people that was about to show hate all praised Tapa, and that is how Tapa already gained acceptance from the villagers. And for that, Tapa also gained privilege to go out shopping. But the real reason is for actually ingredients for food. But also as a shopaholic, Tapa got very distracted by other stuff. While there, people keep bumping into Intu, and he keeps getting like flashes. So Tapa gave Intu his glasses, and that will help him to stop seeing the flashes. But also, you need to stay close to Tapa. Now, in order to keep on track so they don't spend too much money, Intu said they need a list for the ingredients so they can keep on track. So, Tapa gave Intu the grocery list to help shop, and to make it faster, each one should shop individually. But as a doctor, his handwriting is very hard to read. Tapa said he tried very hard to get it to a way that Intu can understand. Damn, can you imagine, as a doctor, before he became a doctor, he had to go through many years to craft that type of handwriting. So the fact that he crafted that, it ain't easy to go back to the normality of where he was. While they're there, a woman fainted, and Tapa went to help, and the people let him because they heard about how Tapa helped the woman with her baby. And while helping, Tapa tells someone to call the ambulance because this is like an urgent care that needs to be taken care of at the hospital. Because of that, they got free food from the market vendors. Damn, to be able to get free food like that is a blessing. Plus, we save money that very day. When they got home, Intu started acting very strange and distant again. When Tapa asked why he's like this, Intu tells Tapa about his dream. It's strange because Tapa thought it was over because Intu had no dreams while he was there. He thought he was safe, but it was short-lived because Tapa was scheduled to die at a different location. He's having a vision again. Medically, Intu is low on sugar, but spiritually, Intu is having a vision. Later, they sat down to get to fully talk about Intu and how he got to, get visions. To be honest, it's the first time they really sat and communicate. Also, at this moment, I don't think anyone understands the connection here. But to see Intu sharing his blanket shows how much he grew closer to Tapa to share his life. This is something that was not easy to be done. Now it's the next day and Intu finally tasting Tapa's cooking and it is good. They both went to the temple, and I love that this time Intu did not go alone. He had someone to go with him at this moment. Also, I need somebody from Thailand to explain to me that in Thailand, they would go to the temple and they would pour water in the little vase or the little cup, but then you have someone connecting their hands to that person that's throwing the water in the cup. Then that very person would take up the cup and throw it in the plants. Why? What does that symbolize? Why do they do that? When Intu left for a moment, the monk spoke to Tapa about Intu. The fact that everyone knows Intu and telling Tapa shows how much they trust Tapa with Intu's care. Intu has grown up and learned life all on his own. Even though on the outside he shows that he's a strong person, but behind closed door, he's broken. We then see Tan went to go to Tapa's place and notice a package. Later after the temple, we went home and Intu was very sleepy and he just lay in that sofa and slept. Honestly, that day drained him. Tan calls Intu's phone, but because Intu is asleep, Tapa answered, and Tan tells Tapa his family got packages and Tapa says that his family needs to stop ordering stuff online. But sadly, that's not the case. Tan tells Tapa that he thinks Tara's husband knows that Tapa is not in Singapore because the packages they keep getting is from the husband. And even though he violated the law, Tan opens the packages and sees a device. It seems each packages got a listening device. So it means that the family may have taken the packages and spoke about Tapa, and now Tapa's location may have been leaked. Now Tapa is facing more danger and Intu may be involved because I highly doubt the husband of Tara knows anything about Intu helping Tapa. Tara's husband at the hospital showing his evil colors, getting information on Tapa, but he still doesn't know where exactly Tapa is. All he knows is Tapa is still in Thailand, and also he wants to make sure his wife never wakes up. It seems his wife knows way more dirty deeds that can put this man in prison for a long time. Later, Tapa teamed up with the little girl to convince Intu to go to the village eating, and it worked. The village chief praised Tapa because even though he has been there for a short time, he already gained trust from everyone. Anyways, they're grilling pork, but because they're using the same chopsticks in their mouth to pick up the raw pork to grill, Tapa tries to convince them to not do that, but do it in a different way, and it works. Then came the liquor, which Tapa was eyeing when he saw it. Both him and the village chief enjoyed it and drank till they got drunk. After that drunken drinking. Anyways, Intu left to bring Tapa home. I don't think you understand, because out of all the drama Jimmy acts in, this is by far the best. In terms of showing his funny side and cute side, the best you will ever see Jimmy, and probably even more. You keep upgrading, I'm telling you. I am shocked that during this drunken state, Tapa didn't confess to Intu. The struggle is real out here. The struggle is so real for Intu. Intu had to go through all this with this drunken guy. They got home finally. Intu tries to get to know if Tapa is single by saying that his mother, Tapa's mother, asked to give Tapa reading so he can know the wedding and the date or whatever for his partner. Tapa then said that his partner and him broke up years ago. He then said that his partner left him for a fortune teller because him being a doctor was not the thing that they wanted. Hell, the fortune teller said that they were not destined together, and she believed. Okay, first of all, I'm not sure why I said she, but the fact that I'm not sure if not Jimmy's, if Tafa's partner was a he or she, but we'll just work with the partner part. Anyways, no one can tell me nothing because Homeboy had fun in this scene, and I had fun watching him. Tafa explained how he have it hard because as an older son, he had to live up to expectations and put an example for his younger siblings, and also be able to get a good job to let his parents be proud of him. He convinced Into to sponge bathe him, and after that, he got hungry, so Into had to make a cup noodle. I know this boy is a little bit sober because Tapa started sharing his struggles. Both Into and Tapa live a different life, but they both growing through struggles. Tapa said being a doctor was never what he wanted, but it is a job for any parents to talk about in a proud way. But when asked what he wanted to be before being a doctor, Tapa couldn't answer that question. They both had to go through everything for a purpose to meet each other, even though sadly Inthu had to lose his parents for that. Then we see in the end credits where Khan and Tapa is in Chiang Mai in their either first or last year in medical training. And when Khan asks Tapa, will he stay to Chiang Mai for future practice because he sees that Tapa likes it, Tapa said that in his eyes he's already set for Mai Hong Song. Mai Hong Song. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but there. Maybe he said that because he saw Into when he went there before. Okay, guys, that is the end of my personal recap on episode 4 of My Magic Prophecy. Stay tuned for my personal recap on episode 5.